So I have a mic now. Very exciting. I've moved to Berlin, Germany last year, a couple years ago, and I'm currently lacking a bit of community because my German is very not good yet, and I have a very hard time meeting and making new friends. So I've been finding the little sense of community that I can from fictional NPCs, and today I wanted to kind of be chill, talk about 6 or so cozy games that have been keeping my mood up lately, with the state of the world being the way that it is. I feel like the descriptor cozy as of late has turned from an adjective about a game into a genre of its own, and when it's great to see more, quote, cozy games on the market, this also means that my definition of what's cozy probably differs from yours. I don't particularly find games like Stardew Valley to be cozy, for instance. I'm also a bit picky about the graphics that my games have, because I'm more susceptible to eye strain thanks to being epileptic, so that affects my idea of what's cozy and what isn't. I don't really enjoy games with bright graphics. Maybe you'll find something you enjoy here in my own little list. Maybe the games won't be anything special to you, but regardless, thank you for being here. In my quest to learn the German language, I absolutely legitimately got a copy of New Style Boutique 3 from my North American 2DS. But apparently my DS doesn't natively support the German language, and I'd have to change the region of my DS to do anything in German. So I plan to buy a PAL 3DS when I can, or 2DS, but the market's horrible right now, and I am completely flat broke. So instead, I'm living out my dreams of having money by playing a fashion shop simulator. I absolutely loved Style Savvy Trendsetters when I was younger. I heard a lot about how this was a better, I had to give it a try. I'm still at the very beginning of the game, but the characters are already fun and designing outfits is very relaxing to me. I'm very glad to see items return from Trendsetters, and the ability to customize more than just your outfit is a very nice change of pace. It keeps the game kind of fresh for me, like a new experience. I'm especially looking forward to unlocking more brands that I haven't seen before and to unlock more makeup and nail designs. The game is most easily controlled with the touchscreen, which is alright for its target audience of young children. Unfortunately, I am an adult with fat fingers, so using the buttons to control the game is slow, in my opinion. I'm starting to wonder if I should invest in a cheap pack of stylus or styli from somewhere online. The 3 or so people who wished I complained more are probably just very excited right now. Good for them. My primary complaints are that the game seems far more repetitive than I remember Trendsetters being, but I'm sure that's because I'm in the start of the game, and I played Trendsetters when I was a child, so I was a little bit less susceptible to things being repetitive. I hope that things like Trendsetters fashion shows come back, and that I'll be able to get more furniture to decorate my shop or my own apartment. I'm also a bit frustrated that, as a gender non-conforming person, there isn't more customization for your character other than female options. I'm sure it's because these games are, in part, a product of their time, and back then the general consensus was that nobody would want to play a fashion game except for little girls. I was also frustrated with this in Trendsetters as a child, because I am transgender, but now I am a far happier adult. I'm on T, so this doesn't bother me as much as it did when I was younger, but for me, it's still a little bit on the negative side. If you like being creative, fashion, or just a more relaxing shop simulator, this game might be your thing. I find that I enjoy turning it on before bed, or when I need to slow down from everything that my phone shows me all the time. I usually play for about an hour or two before I move to something else, and this has prevented the game from becoming too boring for me. So for this video, I've decided that I want the vibe to kind of be jumping between briefly reviewing more popular games, then briefly reviewing ones I see as more obscure nowadays. The last time I've seen someone talk about Style Savvy was probably months ago, if not never, and meanwhile the last time I heard someone mention New Horizons was probably sometime today, within the last hour. I honestly still stand by my inclination that New Horizons would have been better fit to be a spin-off, or that it has a lot of lost potential due to its lack of support from Nintendo. Since then, I've played a lot more of the game, and I actually did buy the DLC. After taking a break from it for a very long time, coming back to it, it's pretty good. I'm sure being able to play the game in German, so not entirely understanding what my villagers are saying, helps with that a bit. I mean, is the game too repetitive? Just change the language. Can't be repetitive if you don't understand everything they're saying. I've also been trying to play the game in a way that works for me, rather than how I think I have to play the game. I hate the crafting mechanic, especially how your tools break. So I've thrown in the towel and have just been getting golden tools from treasure islands. And I feel a little bit like I am admitting to a federal crime by saying that. The game is, for me, certainly mainly a decorating simulator compared to a village simulator like the last Animal Crossing games were. I almost don't really mind it though, because there's so many different games out there today that are life or village simulators. I miss some aspects of old Animal Crossing still, like fill us in the post office or store upgrades, but I more so feel like that was Nintendo dropping the ball for the updates that they promised us rather than being the fault of the game itself. Meeting the game where it is, rather than where I want it to be, has made it a significantly more enjoyable experience for me. Though, also, maybe aging and being inside of different circumstances and being happier has matured me a little bit. I haven't decorated my island very much, admittedly. I find it very overwhelming and I don't even know how to plan my island. Instead of doing that, I've been getting enjoyment out of the DLC. I loved Happy Home Designer for the 3DS, and this DLC is exactly what I wanted and expected. I mean, look at this. This little freak wanted his house to be a bathroom. What I did isn't very impressive, easily cannot be as impressive as others have done, but this was a very fun house to decorate. It's quirky. I guess more specifically, I like the DLC rather than the actual game. I'm sure this will change when I get ideas on how to decorate my island. I feel a bit discouraged looking for ideas online because everyone's islands are super good and amazing, but I also try to remind myself that the super good islands get the most attention, so we're more likely to see them. Enjoy the game. Go slow, go fish, is what I keep trying to tell myself. Comparison is the thief of joy. The game is great for relaxing, but the experience is far better when I play the game how I want to, rather than how I think I should. Okay, so intermission real quick. It turns out there's a new Fantasy Life game, and I didn't know about this at the time of writing this script. I'll probably get on it soon and see what it's all about. I'm sure the issues I have with Fantasy Life 3DS are remedied in the new game. We'll see if I write about the new game anywhere here. Side note, apparently DS capture cards are very expensive, need to be installed, and there isn't a non-invasive and free way to record gameplay on an old 2DS, just new ones. So I'll either take gameplay from YouTube or I'll record myself on an emulator. We'll see what future me decides to do. Alright, intermission over. I've been spending a lot of time on my 3DS lately, so I'm always on the lookout for chill games to play for that. Fantasy Life is actually the first game that I played from scratch for this video, with the others being Animal Crossing Pocket Camp and Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga. Spoilers. So this is all based on my first 2.5 so hours playing Fantasy Life. I enjoyed the variety of lives, or lives, to choose from, though it seems like many of them are basic RPG classes at first glance. My initial choice was Taylor, but I quickly learned I'd have to jump between different lives in order to fulfill tasks for other ones. For instance, when I was trying to do tasks to do the Taylor life, I needed animal hide. Didn't want to just buy it outright, so I changed lives to the hunter. I managed to get animal hide from wolves, and I probably could have gotten these hides using the generic sword that tailors can use, but that's from hindsight. Plus, using the bow is probably easier anyway. I like to lure enemies, like, to the boundary of where they'll go, and shoot them before they run back to where they're usually at. Repeat until death. I feel like there's very, very much to do. It isn't as overwhelming because I don't see any kind of time limit for things, unless there are time limits that I'm not aware of. I am getting nervous that side quests will expire if I don't do them fast enough, but I'm also getting side quests that don't involve my current life, so, if they're time gated, I guess I should have asked someone else then. I don't really enjoy games where it feels more mandatory to do something, but it only comes around during certain seasons or times a year. So I enjoy that this game seems to really be mostly without time constraints. So I do feel positively about this game. I may feel more positively about the Switch game. I already kind of do after looking at it because I don't really like how the art looks on the 3DS. Overall, a good 7 out of 10. So next, I want to move to talking about Hello Kitty Island Adventure, since I just mentioned it. It's the pinnacle of cozy gaming to me. It is peak, I guess, that people say nowadays. I love the events. I love the characters. I love the world. I'm not into flowers like everyone else seems to be, but maybe I will be later down the line. But I am very into collecting critters, cooking new things, giving gifts. I also love decorating visitor cabins. I love the events that go on throughout the year and how they don't feel required. There's a little bit of FOMO when missing out on events, because what if I really want the event furniture down the line? But I also don't really engage with the community much, so I often don't feel FOMO from missing out on events or cosmetics. The graphics are rather lovely, they're very pleasing for me to look at. The game starts off really slow, in my opinion. It's a very, very slow burn, and things really pick up once you're good friends with most of the main cast, and you've unlocked the ways to make ice cream, cake, pudding, pizza, etc. I like this though, because at first it doesn't demand all your attention. It's a nice hop in, hop out. I also greatly appreciate the summaries from my melody about what's going on that day, who's visiting, and the quest list, because it makes coming back to the game after an absence more seamless. This cannot be said for other games that I've tried, like Palworld, where I came back to it after a while of being gone and had no idea what to do or even how to play the game. I do love and adore Wheat Flower Wonderland, and I'm very excited for City Town on Switch, although it feels a little bit weird that it's paid DLC, but I guess it kind of makes sense seeing as Apple Arcade is a subscription and they continuously get money rather than the game on other platforms being a one-time purchase. I do feel like this game is the closest I've gotten to finding the sense of community that I'm missing here in Berlin. The characters are friendly, and I enjoy doing quests so I can talk to them more. I was never very into Hello Kitty, so this game is one of the first impressions I have of the franchise. The game gives me a lot of joy though, and I absolutely recommend it. I think it is worth the money. So this video is about 17 and a half minutes long so far from recording. This is before I edit. I hope after I edit and everything it's not too long, but I wanted to rapid fire out some other games with one or two short reviews real quick, because there's many cozy games out there, but I am a one-person operation, and I am very tired as of late. Palworld is an excellent and fun alternative to Pokemon. Got addicted to it a while, then fell off of it. Tried to come back to it. Have no idea how to play the game or what to do. But it seems deep, and I remember it being enjoyable, so I may start a new game. Suika Game Planet. My husband is addicted to this, and I fear he will never play anything else ever again. He just wants watermelons. It's peak cozy, I think, but I just wish there was more music in the game than the one or two tracks that there is. Story of Seasons, Grand Bazaar. The bazaar mechanics are super fun. I enjoy this one a lot if I can manage to be in the right state of mind to play it. Sticky Business. This one didn't click for me, and I'm not entirely sure why. I hear it works very well for others though, so it might be your thing. You use the in-game assets to make your own stickers, and then you sell them for your business. It seems like the kind of thing I would enjoy, but it just didn't work out for me. But the art is super cute. Dinkum, same issue as Palworld, where if I leave it alone, I come back and I have no idea what I was doing or what I should be doing. It's an excellent Animal Crossing alternative for me if I actually can get into it consistently. It seems to be more like classic Animal Crossing games than New Horizons. It may fill that void if you've been looking for a classic Animal Crossing game, but New Horizons also didn't really do it for you. Cult of the Lamb, not very cozy for me, but I'm very happy that it is for others. Sometimes it feels like there's too much to do and it's very overwhelming, but otherwise it's very fun to spend an afternoon with if I'm in the right state of mind and mood. It doesn't get too boring with the mix of cult management and roguelike elements, but not cozy for me personally. Schedule 1, lovely. Just got into it onto my Rogue Ally with an Xbox controller because I dropped my Rogue Ally and broke the left stick and I cannot afford to replace it right now. I have a feeling that I want to keep coming back to the game. Growing or creating, packing, selling is very addictive. I haven't even unlocked the mixing station yet, and I know when I do, I'm just going to fall deeper and deeper into the Schedule 1 hole because I am going to be just obsessed with creating all the different effects that I can. In the writing of this script, I've been struggling a bit to find games that don't rely on running a store or farming or completing quests for townspeople for much of their gameplay. I don't enjoy games with these elements too much like Stardew Valley. If I play them for cozy experiences, I don't usually sit with them for long. And I thought about this for a bit, and I want to make the last game I cover for this video a Mario and Luigi game, or just generally a Mario game. I'm wondering if I should leave out this segment, or if I should leave it as an asterisk in the description. Whatever you see will tell you what I did. Maybe I'll do both. As a side note, I find it really odd how so many cozy games are chore-based when they're aimed at women. Women around the world are responsible for the majority of invisible labor that is done. Invisible labor is work that is unrecognized, seen, or paid. Maybe many of us who deal with the brunt of invisible labor in our homes, like that cozy games, acknowledge what we do. I wanted to cover a nice RPG kind of game for the last spot, because I don't particularly find games centered around menial tasks to be engaging, especially seeing as a lot of my daily life is doing menial tasks. It's good for you if you do like that. I hope that your in-game crops, or real crops, are always watered, and that many games come up that are just to your taste and up your alley. I think any Mario and Luigi game would work here, but I specifically played Superstar Saga for this video. I've been watching my husband play Brothership, and it's also a lovely and relaxing game. The art in Brothership is very good, but the colors are a bit too bright for me, so I usually end up preferring the older games. They're a bit silly, but can get a little dark. Still a Mario game though, so it never gets extremely depressing, as far as I know. They're very good for killing a bit of time when trying to relax. They're just difficult enough to keep me engaged, but not so difficult that they frustrate me endlessly. The dialogue can be very silly. The enemy designs are super cute a lot of the time. Very nice, very cozy for me. I feel like many Mario games fit here. The 2D ones are good for low stakes platforming, where you just run and jump, and there really isn't a need to follow a story. Mario Party is good for cute and fun mini-games where the experience is different every time. The 3D Mario games are fun to run around and explore, especially Galaxy 1 or Odyssey. And maybe because I grew up playing many Mario games, but they're always my go-to for cozy content. The world is currently in shambles. why not enjoy some Mario games, which usually have no stakes at all to worry about? I'm usually not looking for cozy games that are often recommended to others. Much of what I see, Dave the Diver, Palia, Hades a little to the left, Unpacking, etc., were all games that I either didn't really enjoy or I enjoyed watching others play it more than playing it myself. So I thought that, with the world collapsing on itself, something like this should be the first thing I write for this channel in about 2 to 3 years. I want to come up with more stuff to post sometime soon, since I really enjoy doing this. I like being able to talk and just upload it online because I am a chronic yapper, and I need an engaging hobby in these very, very trying times. So there's likely more video stuff to come. I would tell people to like and subscribe, but you also just completely don't have to. I get my enjoyment out of making the videos themselves. So if you enjoy it and you want to see more, you can like and subscribe. It helps, but you certainly don't have to do anything. Thank you very much for watching. Quick continuing of intermission real quick. My cat is here. Her name is Baby Lexy. She is very baby, and she is very Lexy. Baby Lexy. Oh, nope, she's deciding to go and try to chew on plastic instead. Whee! I think we all need some good cats in our lives. There you go.